What's going on? What's going on, man? We're gonna let everybody fall through from barbershop conversations, man. And we're gonna get started shortly. Tonight's episode is about Andy Ruiz and his fight. We gotta talk about that, man. We're gonna go deep into that because shit's weak. So if everybody to come in, put the link in the chat and all that good stuff. Tone Brown, salute. Jason G, salute. Hustling home. What's up, family? How you doing, man? Hey, you gonna have to beam in tonight, man. Cause we talking about Andy Ruiz and Chris Arreola. We talking about these two, this fight tonight. We gotta break that down. DB, salute. Yeah, man. First of all, they said it's a pay-per-view. I'm not paying for that shit. Rob Brown, salute to you, family. If it's a pay-per-view fight, I'm not paying for that shit. I mean, there's 1,000 live streams, not live streams, but that too, that you can listen to, other than paying for that shit. You know what I mean? It's so many streams that you can use to y'all give me a second. All right, we back. Salute, gotta salute, man. Happy birthday to the guy, man. The sweet size examiner, Big Tank. Salute to you, family. Yeah, man. But there's 1,000 streaming platforms where you can stream for free. So if that's a pay-per-view, I'm not fucking with it at all. Not even a little bit. Not even a tad bit. I don't give a damn who on the undercard. I'm not paying for that shit. I mean, dog, let's be real, man. We can't keep allowing these niggas to take our money. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, it's getting to a point now where it's getting disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, nigga, come on, man. Y'all gonna come at us with that pay-per-view? Shit, we can't even get a good, decent card. And y'all gonna pull this shit on us? I mean, bro, boxing is ridiculous, man. I mean, seriously, man. And y'all make sure everybody tell Big Tank happy birthday, man. If you want to join the live stream, man, just hit the link in the bio. I mean, in the comments, and let me know what's going on. But yeah, y'all tell me what y'all feel about this Chris Arreola versus Andy Ruiz fight, man. Let me know what y'all got going on in the chat. I mean, because Chris Arreola damn near retired his last fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had a decent fight, and he was like, well, shit, I might as well stay. You know what I'm saying? And then Andrew Ruiz, I mean, the motherfucker it wasn't a taco he didn't like, or he didn't try. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucker, he ate every goddamn thing, every burrito, every taco, you know what I'm saying? All the Indian food, he ate up all the fucking curry. I mean, bruh, everything he could have done wrong, he did. All the Snickers, you know, he got endorsed by Snickers and just went fucking overboard. Rob Brown, the fight not worth the No, it's not. Not even a little bit. SF City Slicker, salute to the Bay. Salute family. Boxing Conversation, Reggie Owens, salute my brother. Yeah, man. SF, man, tell us what you think about this Andy Ruiz, Chris Arreola bullshit. You too, Reg. Let me know what y'all think about this this bullshit they got going on. Yeah, the fight's not worth the co-main event on a free Fox show. I mean, let's just be real, bruh. Like, come on. Y'all could have given us something a little better. Like, y'all gave Dominic Brazil, or well, shit, that's Showtime. But it's like, damn, give us something, man. Centos Boxing, what's up, baby? The link is in the chat. So if you want to hop on, the link is in the chat. I mean, they got to give us something. I mean, I'm trying to think of a good heavyweight. You know, I would have took Adam Kornacki off a loss, or Gerald Washington or something like that versus Andy Ruiz. You know what I'm saying? Give me somebody nice and young or something. H Money, salute to you, family. Nothing but love. J.A. Dixon, salute. Let me see. Yeah, Andy Ruiz posted. But, bruh, listen, he doing the same shit he did against Anthony Joshua, bruh. He gonna come in there a taco away from obese. Well, I mean, he damn near obese right now. You know what I'm saying? And the shit's crazy. And they really want us to buy this shit. They really think we're that dumb. Like, I know we've done some dumb things as boxing fans. We accepted some bullshit. For sure we did. But this is some bullshit. I mean, this ain't even a name that we want to see. Like, if you say, can we think of a name? Like, can we think of something that's worse than this bullshit that they can put on pay-per-view? Like, that's ridiculous, man. Fox is on some bullshit. A Mexican market fight. Yeah, for them to see where. Man, shit. That don't mean I got to buy that shit. That don't mean I got to be a part of that bullshit. That's for damn sure. Oh, you ain't mad at it? Hold on. Shout out to my boy H20 for joining the panel.
Yo, what's up with it? What's good?
What's going on, man? Tell me what you got on this Chris Arreola, Andy Ruiz pay-per-view fight.
It's on pay-per-view.
That's what they telling me. That's what they saying.
That's some bullshit. If it's on some pay-per-view, that's some bullshit. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, that fight that's a garbage fight, to be honest. Andy Ruiz gonna whoop his ass. Chris Ariola's washed up, bro. You know what I mean? And Andy Ruiz gonna punish him. Man, how many losses Chris Arreola got? He's way past his prime, man. Come on, man. Chris Arreola, he doesn't look good. Man, that's a bad fight right there, to be honest. But I'll be watching it because I'm a boxing fan, you know. But I think that's a bad matchup though. But it's gonna be interesting, you know, because at one point Chris Arreola, he was Andy Ruiz. He was supposed to be the first Mexican heavyweight champion, but he lost. He lost to Klitschko. He got knocked out by Wilder. He got beat plenty of times, but you know he's a warrior, and you know he's gonna fight for sure.
But it's some bullshit though, H Money. I know you H Money Boxing, Mr. Professional. He dropped the Mr. DAZN, he dropped the Mr. Supreme, and he got Mr. Professional. But god damn it, H Money, dog, that's some bullshit. And if they want us to pay for it, that's even worse, bro. There's no way Andy Ruiz shouldn't have fought Luis Ortiz. I pay for that. I pay a 50 piece for that fight. I mean, if you had to pay for this fight, how much would you pay, H Money? H, you hear me?
Hey, bro, I'm not paying nothing for that fight. I'm not gonna pay nothing for that fight. I'm just being honest with you. I'm gonna watch it because I'm a boxing fan. But that's terrible if you put it up on pay-per-view. Come on, man. I don't know what's up with the PBC nowadays, man. You know what I mean? Come on, you gotta put that fight on Fox. Put that fight on Showtime or Fox. That's better to put it on Fox, bro. I guess Fox ain't fucking with boxing. Put it on CBS then. If you the PBC, I fuck with the PBC, man, but I don't know, man. I rock with them though. I fuck with the PBC on God. You know what I mean? I fuck with them.
Yeah, but this some bullshit. I don't give a damn what kind of market you motherfuckers think y'all got. This ain't it. And this ain't it, bro. I'm gonna keep it G. This shit ain't it. Santos Boxing, what you got on this subject, man, of the Andy Ruiz Chris Ayola fight?
Yeah, first of all, what's up, fellas? What's up to
That,
the panel? What's up to the chat? Man, I'm a little different. I agree with everyone that this is not a normal pay-per-view worthy fight. I agree with that, but I'm looking at it from a business standpoint as far as the pay-per-view part. In the climate of the market for sports, um, I guess there's a issue with not being able to bring in fans live at most arenas in most cities and states. So boxing probably a lot of these promoting groups have lost money or hadn't made the kind of money that they plan to make normally. And so I guess they're looking at it from a business standpoint. But let's make no mistake about it. This fight is a fight that's primarily marketed to the Latino family, and boxing purists. Pretty much those are going to be the only people that watch it anyway. The people that are huge Latino fans. I mean, Latino people that are huge boxing fans that follow boxing, they're going to watch it for surely. They're going to support it. They're going to show up, do whatever they're allowed to, come in the arena, of course. And then as far as boxing purists like ourselves, we'll watch it. We may not pay for it, but we'll watch it, But as far as, boxing in general, the business as normal, if this was normal times, wasn't Corona, it wasn't Corona times, this fight wouldn't be on pay-per-view. So I'm not going to diss him because of that, because I know it's more of a business decision. And the Latino fans will support their fighters. They will do that. So if I was in their position, if I had investment in these guys and in this business, yeah, I'll be pushing the same thing. I'd say, hey, let's get some money, because they probably hadn't had a lot of.
Salute Andrew Charles. Salute Mir. Thanks for coming through. Go ahead. My bad for cutting you off. Finish your point.
All right. Yeah, and a lot of these promotion companies hadn't seen a lot of revenue here of late, so I think it has all everything to do with it. I don't think it's a pie in our face. That's what I don't believe. I think it's more of a business decision, and I respect it. But at the same time, you got opportunities to watch it different ways. That's what I say on that. And we all know what it is, But at the same time, they're going to get support from their own, and they should. I mean, if it was one of a card that was more favorable to our people, I would want to support it if it's a good card, not a crap card. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a couple of illegal streaming services that I can't wait to use for this shit. My dog, the birthday king, is in the building. Tank, the sweet science examiner. What do you have on Andy Ruiz versus Chris Arreola being a pay-per-view?
Salute to the boxing section. Salute to my brother H Money. Salute to Santos Boxing. All the brothers and sisters that's in the chat. If any sisters came on through from the barbershop. Um, man, first things first. My brother Kyle just got a shout out. Man, your show just looking doper and doper, bro. Um, comes on at night. I'm usually working on some things, but I watch it on my TV. So you know what I mean. I really feel the vibe, and I love the look. How you
Appreciate it.
got the Malcolm X, Ali, Mayweather, Pacquiao, Floyd. I mean, you just got the whole gamut of the ambiance is there, brother. So you know what I mean. Shout out to you. Um, Shout out to everybody that's showing love, and let's get down to it. All right, I'm gonna keep it 100. You already seen what I put in the chat. I got no problem with this fight. No problem whatsoever.
Being
Uh, I'm sorry.
salute to
Okay.
Barbershop Conversations. Uh,
Oh, salute to
with it,
Barbershop. Oh, thank you, Fred. Appreciate you, King. All right, I got no problem with this fight at all. No problem
and
with it. Okay, go ahead.
no, we talking about it being on pay-per-view.
Yeah, nobody's forcing anybody to pay to buy the pay-per-view. You don't have to buy the pay-per-view. That's the pay-per-view is the problem of PBC, Al Heyman, Andy Ruiz, uh, Chris Ariola, and those guys. That got nothing to do with me. As far as the fight, the reason I got no problem with it is because they've always wanted to fight each other. Um, so I think it's always cool. What do they say when idols become rivals? You know what I mean?
For sure.
Um, I got no problem with that. Just like I had no problem when De La Hoya wanted to fight Chavez and um, Devin Haney wanted to fight Gamboa. These are guys that they looked up to when they were coming up, and they got a chance to share the ring with them. So I think this is no different. Um, I I know um, that a lot of people don't like either fighter. I know people think that both fighters, uh, from their perspectives, may have done a disservice to themselves and to the sport in the past. But those are personal opinions. And at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Nobody took the punches for these guys. Chris Ariola, like H Money said, is one of those rare warriors in the boxing. He got punched on like crazy in his career at times, but he gave us entertaining fights over the years. I got a chance to talk to him some years back before he got his title shot versus Klitschko, and I told him I was rooting for him. You know what I mean? I wanted him to make history back then and become the first um, Mexican American heavyweight champion of the world. That didn't work out. Um, Ironically enough, another fighter that I was watching coming up over the years was Andy Ruiz, and I was um, I was I was pleased when Andy Ruiz signed with Al Heyman and allowed Al Heyman to put him in a position to become the history that Chris Ariola was trying to become, which is the first Mexican American heavyweight champion of the world. And now they get a chance to share the ring with each other and fight each other, and it may possibly be Chris Ariola's farewell. He's been one of the heavyweight gatekeepers in the sport of boxing, and after what Andy Ruiz went through, going, shocking the world, beating Anthony Joshua, losing the rematch for whatever reason that you think you know, whether he deserved it, he did it to himself, whatever the case may be, that's what happened. And this is a good fight to get back on your bike. You know what I mean? Chris Ariola's not going to lay down for you. Um, and you get a chance to, like I said, probably usher him out of the sport, and then move on so you can step up your competition, get back on the horse after this fight, and then go back on the journey to possibly get yourself into a position to get another title shot.
Okay. Okay. So are you paying for it?
Um, I would say with me, I can't confirm or deny that based off of legal situations, and I don't want to. I have the right to not self incriminate online.
All right. Okay. All right. Hustle Home in the building, man. Salute to you, brother. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. I want to say this, guys. There's no limit now. I paid the $20, man, so y'all can see I done added some shit. Got the logo on the side. So yeah, man, I had to invest into the channel. So we as
Yes,
many
sir.
people, well, 10 is the cap, but 6 is no longer the cap. So if y'all want to hop on, we can all hop on. So shout out to Hustle Home, man. Thank you for coming through. Tell us what you have on this topic.
Is it hella loud? If it's hella loud, I go somewhere quiet.
You good, man? You good? We
Okay, yeah. I don't got no opinion. I don't got no opinion about this Andy Ruiz shit, bro. If people was happy about the Canelo Yildirim fight or whatever, like who am I to criticize a motherfucker like Andy Ruiz when the so-called pound for pound king could goddamn get 20 plus $million for fighting a punching bag? You know, but I will be buying the pay-per-view. As a matter of fact, on my channel, the pay-per-view week, there is an opportunity for 2 people to win the pay-per-view for free. So even if you go through my channel, you can tweet. I'm gonna send out a hashtag. You gotta at me at the hashtag, and it'll give you an opportunity to win. 2 people opportunity to win free pay-per-view every fight week. That's what I'm doing for everybody that's watching my videos and shit like that. But as far as the fight, I don't give a shit about that fight. I mean, I'm gonna watch it anyway because we addicts. You know what I mean? I'm a boxing addict. It's a good fight on paper. You know what I mean? As far as like Andy Ruiz, people basing Andy Ruiz off of beating Anthony Joshua. But fuck, Anthony Joshua just turned out being who we said he was. You know what I mean? So if Andy Ruiz, he gonna go in here and beat up Areola or whatever. And it's just gonna be exactly what we've been getting these whole last 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Not 2 years. This whole pandemic, they just giving us what we've been getting. We ain't been getting none of the fights we've been asking for. They've been force feeding us hella fights, making us pay for them, and then people just like, oh, Canelo putting in work. You know what I'm saying? Saying whack shit like that. So it's the fans' fault. You get what you deserve, but it don't matter. It's boxing. I guess I'm gonna have to deal with it until my favorite fighter start fighting again, which they not. So I guess my new favorite fighter is fucking Clarissa Shields. She's doing everything everybody asking their favorite fighter to do. You can't even say Clarissa Shields' name in public, or she riding on you. You know what I'm saying? She doing all the shit we want our favorite fighters to do. So as of right now, the only fighter that got my full 100% support is Clarissa Shields. And tomorrow, I will be giving out 2 pay-per-views. All you got to do is hashtag what I put Gloat season and at me, and I will enter you in a random drawing, and 2 people gonna win that pay-per-view tomorrow at like 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. I'm gonna send you an inbox. Whoever wins, I'm gonna inbox you, send you a login, and the password. I'll make the password up, and it is going to make you able to sign up for the whatever the name of the app that Clarissa Shields pay-per-view going to be on, and it's going to allow you to have access to that. And if ever is a DAZN fight, you're basically going to get a whole month free of DAZN for DAZN, because I'm not going to pay for the pay-per-view. I'm going to pay for a 1 month $20 subscription for the person who wins the pay-per-view on my channel if it's a DAZN fight. So literally, you're going to get a month subscription of DAZN for free, 2 people. But that's my opinion about that, you know. But I'll rescind my time because I don't want to cook too much at one time.
I mean, it's all good, man. This is in the words of the great philosopher H Money, man. Free smoke. Shout out to my dog, man. Boxing Conversations, Reggie Owens. I want to give a shout out to H Money because he had a hell of a live earlier today. He had Bill Haney on for a couple hours, and we went through a lot of people's resumes, and man, it was good, man. Great conversation, man. Shout out to H Money. My dog also had a great live stream. My boy Boxing Conversation, Reggie Owens. Tell us what you got on this Andy Ruiz, Chris Arreola fight, as far as being a pay-per-view and will you buy it?
I'm in the same thought mindset as Tank. Everything he was saying is the same thing I was trying to say on Fred's show as well. That's a fight specific to a market. We have options, and that's the thing we always talk about: boycotting fights, this and that. We must also understand this is an international sport. There are many people that you can pander fights to as far as a market. We get to pick and choose. Just the same way when we put on fights with black fighters. Do other people feel the same way? They may. And if they feel that way, exclude yourself from purchasing this fight. Maybe this ain't a fight catered towards you. And that's just the way I look at it. It may be a fight that I may view it as, hell, this ain't catered to me. I don't want to see these two guys. Or maybe I may come with the mindset like, damn, this may end up being a war. Is that Chris Arreola is a dude who comes in for combat. He ain't about to come in here and rest on his laurels. He gonna go ahead and give it his all going into this event with Andy Ruiz. And if Andy Ruiz coming in here half-ass, faking as if he's training, he's bound to get smashed. And also with what I just want to add on what Tank was speaking about is being the fact that Arreola was during his reign in heavyweight boxing at kind of at his prime of looking to become the first Mexican heavyweight, having a lot of support behind. There was so much support behind Arreola. And the same thing, it seems to be the same thing. Arreola getting sidetracked by a lot of outside-ish, a lot of newfound, friends, a lot of people hanging. He getting caught up in a celebrity, and it failed him as far as his commitment to the sport, falling short, I think, one or two times as far as trying to become the first Mexican heavyweight. And now he's going up against a guy who ultimately accomplished that. So does that make him feel like, dang, I got to get some get back? This dude done accomplished what I was trying to accomplish. So let's get it in and see which one of us is the best Mexican heavyweight. So you may see some action up out of that. Am I going to buy it? I don't know. I'm a fight fan like a mug. And right now it tells me like, man, I ain't about to watch this. This ain't really for me, but we don't know what else is on that card. So when that thing heats up, hey, I may want to watch it.
So Reg, I'm not mad about the fight. That's not what I'm saying. I'm mad that they're talking about doing a pay-per-view. That's my gripe. The fight is cool. I like Chris Arreola. He coming to fight every time. Andy Ruiz, when he's in shape, and he's a good fighter. But I'm saying the situation, I'm not paying for it. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm not paying for it. I'll incriminate myself on this here YouTube right now and tell you I'm not paying for it. I might go to somebody's house and let them pay for it, or I'm gonna enter that sweepstakes with Hustle Home. But my money coming out of my pocket, for sure, no. But no.
But those are options that we're supposed to have.
Right.
Those are the options.
Right. That's what I was gonna say, if I can, Reggie. With brother Kyle, who told you who you had to pay for it? Like, why does it matter that somebody else may want to pay for it and somebody else may or may not lose money? That has nothing to do with me. I can literally, I'm a boxing fan, so I'm pretty sure that this fight will be on YouTube the next day. Within, by that night is over, the fight was going to be available on YouTube for free. So I don't see that being a big deal, personally. So I don't understand why it matters to people that it's a pay-per-view if you're not going to buy it. It's like, I don't eat certain things, so I don't care that the price of pork is a particular price. I don't buy pork. You know what I'm saying? So I don't understand why people have a problem with what somebody else is going to spend their money on. It's their money. If there's a fan base out there that is willing to pay for the pay-per-view, then I think go get that money. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand the issue that people have with it being a pay-per-view if indeed that they like to fight. I would see it being more of an issue with the fight being a fight at all than it being on pay-per-view because nobody is forcing anybody to buy it.
I mean,
Yeah,
but
and
but for me, I'm be honest with you, man. A lot of times after I buy the pay-per-view, I'm kind of like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, because you want to see your favorite fighters fight, but I feel like we should. I know y'all saying that it's not like a force, but it's kind of a force. If you like a hardcore boxing fan and you want to see the fight, but it's hard when you don't want to. You want to support them, but it's like I don't really want to pay for it. You feel what I'm saying?
No, I don't feel what you're saying because, like Fred always say, you can buy a shirt if you want to support the fighter. So I don't get that narrative at all. I mean, I've heard all the narratives. I've heard all of the arguments for it. I really do not understand the issue. It's their pay per view. It's not for you. It's like somebody said, "Hey, Kyle, go buy that $2 million house." Nigga, that house ain't for me. I'm not about to buy no house over there. I don't want to live over there. It's literally it has nothing to do with you or not you particular, but anybody else. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Somebody gonna buy it.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely, and especially with it being heavyweight boxing at for Mexican audience. Mexican audience is already a huge boxing fan base. Even like with me with boxing, I don't buy pay-per-view events because I want to support a fighter. I don't do that. I may like a lot of these fighters. Like I said, I'm not a fan of none of them. None of them are my favorite fighters. I buy pay-per-views because I like boxing and I think these are good matchups. And even for some fights that I don't want to watch because I'm a boxing fan, I still end up buying them. And even some fights I thought will be trash turn out to be spectacular events, like Povetkin and what's that dude? Povetkin and Dillian White. Thought it would be trash. I'm like, I ain't about to watch this on some last second, end up buying it. It turned out to be a spectacular fight. It's just what it is with boxing. And even from the business standpoint of speaking how Al Heyman may see it, he sees the benefit and what comes out of this based on not so much of us as a black paying market. If we think in lines of that, if we staying true to how some people talk about being on code or just supporting black fighters, you think on that scale of things, you're pushed aside from that market. But now if I'm Mexican and I'm looking at dang, two heavyweights, Areola going in here against Andy Ruiz, who's the first Mexican champion, this may be a good one. The last time we seen Areola, he has something left. And they buy on the fact that, he may have something left. He's going to give it all he got because maybe we like Areola a little bit more and we wish he achieved this over Andy Ruiz. So we're going to watch it. And you may get millions of 500,000 or a million dang Mexicans that buy this fight. And that's the way you have to look at it. And plus there's other options. We've been getting so many different fight events on the same night. You get Top Rank putting on the fights the same night as PBC and you get the UFC. So there's still options even if you don't buy that pay-per-view event.
For sure. Now, somebody put up a nice statement. P Good says, because they're killing boxing, the way that boxing is going, it's not going to be around much longer. H Money, what is your position on that statement?
He said they killing boxing. Who killing boxing?
He's saying like the way that boxing is going right now, it's not going to be around much longer. What is your
Nah, that's nah. I mean, I respect his opinion. You know, a shout outs to P Good, but I disagree with that. You know, boxing here to stay. And you know, when you got people like Bill Haney, fighters like Devin Haney, boxing gonna be here for a very long time. That's what I can say about that. And but I mean I understand his frustration. At the end of the day, we want to see the best fights, and the fights will happen in the future. I guarantee you that, man. You're gonna get the best fights in boxing. You know, hopefully a certain fighter stop ducking. That's what's got to happen. Fighters got to stop ducking. People got to step up to the plate. Fighters got to get called out. You know, that's what it's all about, bro. You know, that's what it's all about at the end of the day. You feel me? Because I remember great fighters, like Andre Ward. Andre Ward was that nigga, undefeated fighter. People like Bernard Hopkins, clean athletes, bro. Bernard Hopkins, who came out the penitentiary to become one of the greatest fighters of all time, undisputed champion, light heavyweight champion. He beat Roy Jones Jr. in a rematch. Roy Jones, he dug Bernard Hopkins for years, bro. You know what I mean? And this is what it's all about. Fighters like Floyd Mayweather, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about people like Riddick Bowe and Evander Holyfield, great American champions, in and out the ring, bro. You know, Riddick Bowe had his demons, but he was a hell of a fighter at his time, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I remember fighters like Hector Camacho, man, legendary fighters who could box his ass off, you know, and that's what it's all about, man. And I got fighters. I'm telling you, I got fighters myself, like Devin Haney, you know, who's a part of this channel. Bill Haney, you know, he said he can't make it tonight, Kyle. You know what I'm saying? So he said he had to go with the kids and shit. You know, he got a big family, so you know, he said he gonna come back tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow, bro. So he gonna come through to the boxing section for damn show. He told me to tell you that. He said he coming to the boxing section. You better believe it. You know, East Oakland. You know what I'm saying? And we smoking. We want that smoke. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Teofimo Lopez better run. His dad better hide, man. I told you. I called his dad. I told his dad, let's make that fight happen. They ducked Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia is ducking Devin Haney. Tank Davis is ducking him. I got you. What's up? You remember Gary Russell ducked him? Remember Gary Russell disappeared, hiding. After Gary Russell got exposed by Devin Haney, I never heard from him again. He disappeared. He disappeared, bro. And Catman. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is, man.
So Santos, what do you think about that statement?
No disrespect to P. Good, but I don't think P. Good is a boxing enthusiast when you make a statement like that, because if you really know boxing, you really love boxing, you know that you have somewhat knowledge, a little bit of knowledge of the history of boxing. Boxing is going nowhere. It may not be where we wanted it at this moment, but it's not going anywhere. These guys are still making boatload of money. Everyone that's involved, from the executives all the way down to the fighters, everybody's making a boatload of money. It's not going anywhere. There's a lot of money being betted through betting organizations for fights. Boxing's gonna be around. We're gonna be dead and gone. Boxing will still be here in some way. I wanted to make a statement. We have to remember. What is this? You know, I'm on the highway. I gotta watch everything.
All right. We'll come back when you we'll come back to you when you a little more.
I'm good. I'm good. I just want to say this real quick. We have to remember, this is going to be a good fight more than likely. If these guys are in halfway decent shape when they come in the ring, they're going to throw blows. This might be a bloody fight. We have to remember, some of the best fights that I've ever seen in my entire 53 years have been with Latina guys fighting one another. You know, these guys, they're warriors. They fight, and we know these two are proven. They've had ups and downs in the ring, but they have given us some good fights, and they both have hard. I think being what Reggie and Sweet Science has said, these guys, Chris Areola always wanted to be the first Mexican heavyweight. He didn't achieve that, but in his heyday, he was a good fighter. He was competitive. These are two guys that know each other. They're going to want to outdo one another, so it should make for a good fight. But that doesn't mean that if you choose to not buy this fight because you don't agree with it being a pay-per-view, just don't buy the fight. See it however way you plan to see it, with friends, streaming, or whatever, you know. But at the same time, one thing these guys know about the ones who put this fight together, they know that the Latino family and community are going to support this fight, because they always support their fighters and they love boxing probably as much as we do. Then on top of that, the boxing purists are going to watch this fight one way or another. So it's not a bad fight. It's a good fight. It's probably one that should have happened a few years ago, but it's probably best that it happened now. They both coming off of a loss. They both are hungry. They both feel probably a little dissatisfied with how they carried their careers out, you know, to this point. So I think it's going to be a fight worth seeing. And Chris Arreola did surprise me when he fought Adam Kalinowski of last year, or year before last, whenever it was. He did better than I thought he would do. So I think this may be a good fight to watch. It's going to be entertaining. So I don't think anyone will be displeased with it.
Okay, that's good stuff. I appreciate your I appreciate your so let's go to my boy Tank, man. Let's go to the birthday boy, man. It's been going around, man, that Andre Ward might come out of retirement. How you feeling about that? If he fights Canelo, what is your thoughts?
Happy birthday, by the way, to Tank. Happy birthday, Tank.
Appreciate you, H Money. I appreciate you, King. And shout out to you for your live today. You had about 3,000 people on there, and I was in and out, so I couldn't jump on the panel. But I was trying to contribute to the chat as much as I could, brother, because you had just a great show going on.
Yeah, we got to get you on the panel too.
For sure, brother. You already know I'm gonna be available when I can, bro. I don't want to be drowning nobody out or get drowned out. Your shit was cracking, H Money. But let me answer the brother Kyle's question. But before I get to that, J.A. Dixon just made a statement in the chat. Okay, you understood me clearly. Fine. Okay, cool. He says that he heard me, and that if the marquee fights are pay-per-view, then that's how it's going to be judged when it's compared to UFC. And he says that's not good for a good pay-per-view look. But again, my first comment, I said that is the problem. That's a PBC problem, an Al Heyman problem, a Showtime problem. That's their problem. That have nothing to do with me. I'm a boxing fan. I'm a combat sports fan. I'm gonna watch it like how Malcolm X said, by any means necessary. I'm gonna get my fix. As far as the money and the business, that's their problem. That got nothing to do with me. If I have a fighter that I support and that I like, I'm gonna buy their merchandise. That's how I've always done it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let them know by interacting with them and talking. You know, a lot of fighters I have, I talk to in person or their trainers or whatnot. So I don't care about the pay-per-view and all the other kind of stuff, because as the brother just said, boxing's not dead and it's not gonna die no time soon. H Money elaborated on that also. You know what I'm saying? As far as the heavyweight division almost died and disappeared and all these kind of things, that is something that happens in boxing. If you go back and you study the history of boxing, not just the modern history, you'll understand that the heavyweight division comes and goes. It has lows and it has ebbs and flows. It's always been like that. When Mike Tyson came on the scene, he quote unquote brought the heavyweight division back. So this is not nothing new. The heavyweight division comes and it goes and it goes and it comes. And that's why we have the lower weights, because they consistently have the talent that captivates the imagination of boxing fans. Now with the Andre Ward, is he coming back? Could he come back? And that whole thing, and Canelo being a viable opponent. What is he now? In his mid-30s?
37.
37? Okay, so he's almost 40 years old. There's two ways to look at it. You have one way, which is he's given his body time to heal, and with his layoff, being that this guy's been fighting since he was a kid, the body needs sometimes an opportunity to heal and recover from all that wear and tear, even if it's just the hands. Because I know people like to say, well, this guy's a defensive fighter, he didn't take no punishment, but boxing is punishing. Well, a person may not view as punishment, the boxer that has to block a punch with his elbow gets elbows dislocated, as you've seen in the Mayweather versus Saul Alvarez fight when his elbow was dislocated. Everyone has seen that infamous clip where he blocks a punch from Canelo, a body punch from Canelo with his elbow, and he counters him with his right hand. But we all know that at the end of the fight, he talks about his elbow being dislocated. So it's one of those things where the older you get, the harder it is to recover from these nagging and painful injuries. So I don't see him coming back. I think he's just working out. If he does come back um, to face a Canelo, we all know what it's going to be about. It's going to be about him showcasing his his skill, but on the level that he has always believed that his skills, and many of us believe that his skills should have been showcased on, which is that ultimate pay per view stage, that the big bright lights, and as a event. Um, but the other way to look at it is, did he wait too long? You know what I mean? Is 37 too far past his physical prime for him to be able to put on the performance that his mind would like to? You know what I mean? You can go in there thinking, "Hey, I can do this," and then it's another thing to get in there and your legs are not right. You know what I mean? They was good in the gym. They was great in sparring. They was awesome on the jump rope and on the road work. But when you got in the boxing ring, round after round, get hit in the body, moving. We know that Andre Ward has had even injuries to his knees and lower extremities. So you don't know if a certain pivot may pop a kneecap or something like that, because as you get older, hence today's my birthday, I'm 42. I'm speaking from experience. The body start to react in a way that it didn't once you were younger. So and I don't have the wear and tear that Andre Ward had. You know what I mean? I played football all the way to semi-pro. Uh, I trained and competed in combat sports from the time I was a child, but I never competed on the level that Andre Ward did, and so I'm guessing that he has more wear and tear than I do. So I don't expect much out of this other than him kind of feeling himself out to see if he can go. And if they get into a fight and the fight happens, it's just one of those 50-50 things. Like I said, either he's uh, took the layoff, healed the body up, and could do what Andre Ward does, or he's going to get out there and what they call age overnight. That's my take on it.
Okay, I gotta get H Money's take on this because this Andre Ward is one of the H Money favorite fighters. What you got for me, H Money? Oh shit! Well, I guess we go hustle home. Then we go Reg right after that.
If Canelo fight Andre Ward off of a what year he retired?
I think he retired like 2 years ago, 2 3 years ago.
Dang.
Something.
Yeah, that 2 years ain't that bad because most of the motherfuckers tail Pacquiao. Did he fight the same year Pacquiao fought Keith Thurman? No, probably like
No,
3 or 4. I don't remember when he retired. That's neither here nor there. Um, him coming back to me does not move the barometer of boxing. I'm a fan of Andre Ward. He's a legend. He's a beast. But I feel like if Canelo fight Andre Ward coming off this layoff, it's because Canelo feels that Andre Ward is over the hill. And this fits right into the narrative that Canelo's building, man. Like it makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, because if Andre Ward were in his prime, the fight against Canelo wouldn't even be a topic. You know what I'm saying? Because for some reason, certain fighters get to ignore top competition, and the fans agree with it. See, the thing about being a fan or a supporter is you are the last person to receive this item or this product. So the product is designed for the customer. If the customer is not getting what he's paying, what he wants, why even bother being a customer? And that's one thing I don't understand about people that are fans of a fighter versus people that are boxing fans. Um, Andre Ward is a guy that boxing fans are familiar with, and is a guy that boxing fans are a fan of, and people boxing fans follow. I don't if that's the case, because was Andre Ward a marquee fighter when he was in his prime? I would say no. I wouldn't. He was a good fighter, but that don't mean that he didn't bring in no big bags or he wouldn't have retired early, in my opinion. Um, but shit, man, talking to me about buying a fight is like, you know what I mean? Talking to I'm an addict, bro. Like, I pay for it all, bro. I got DAZN, I got Showtime app, I got fucking hell, I got it all. I got Fox app, I got everywhere you can watch a fight. I buy every single pay-per-view. You know what I mean? Even if this is how much I support fighters. Even if I don't watch the pay-per-view, I still buy it. You know what I'm saying? To make it available to my son, because he likes to watch boxing occasionally. But I just love boxing. And when I talk to people that don't love boxing, it make me kind of roll my eyes, because they come into these hardcore boxing channels and they sentiment fandom as far as being a boxing supporter. There's a lot of personal fandom. Like, there's a lot of, oh, I roll with Errol Spence, so he can't do no wrong, or I roll with Terrence Crawford, so he can't do no wrong. I'm not that type of person. I like both Errol Spence and I like both Terrence Crawford, just like Deontay Wilder and AJ. I like Wilder and I like AJ. I just, you know what I'm saying? So I'm a legit fan. So Andre Ward is the man, but I'm not looking for Andre Ward to come back, man. I'm not looking for him to come back and taking on Canelo, because that's just distracting from the matter of fact of Canelo has fights that he needs to take. We, the supporters, the people that's buying the fights, need to be. I mean, I heard plenty of people say, oh, they don't need to be begging for these fights one night, and then the very next night a nigga be like, damn, they should be calling out everybody. Like, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing as fans, man? What are we doing as fans? We got to get it together. And as far as boxing going anywhere, I mean, how many boxing channels do you watch a day? I know I watch at least 10 of them, and they always got hundreds, and sometimes H Money's case, thousands of people watching them. You know what I mean? At one time, boxing's going nowhere, man. There's more channels. There's more boxing channels than ever right now. There's more support. The boxing fandom is so big that mainstream personalities is leaking over to our hardcore platforms. I feel like YouTube boxing is a hardcore platform. You go to a YouTube video and you click it and you click a boxing video. You got to be a hardcore fan for that. You know what I'm saying? The mainstream media, mainstream personalities is slowly leaking into this boxing because they need us. You know what I'm saying? They need us. We are the breath. You know what I mean? So boxing ain't going nowhere. As long as it's fans like you and I, we will not let boxing disappear, no matter what. And that's my piece about that.
For sure. Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens. Let us know what's going on.
Andre Ward better stay the hell away from the sport. I like Andre Ward. He's an accomplished, gifted, one of the greatest boxers to step inside that ring. He's been away from it for too long. Looking great in some videos, showing that he still has the hands, the ability to move. Doesn't mean he's willing to take the punches he hasn't taken in 4 years. Even if he's done this since childhood, going there and against Canelo, he'll embarrass himself. He's just been going too long. You're going to lose out on many steps. You ain't been putting in that training that you were as an active and prime fighter. That's just the reality of things. And he's aging. And that aging process comes with things not being so youthful. You 35, everything internally is up there with you as well. And your head ain't willing to take them shots anymore. You've given your body that much time to acclimate to finally getting away from this brutal sport, not absorbing any of these punches. Now you go right back to it, and the body being hit with some of that stuff. How does the body react to it? How does it respond? Does it recover quick after being buzzed by a shot? that doesn't always happen as you get age, and that's why the sport belongs to young fools to be able to stay in there and fight. He's great at the commentary desk. He will make a lot of money there. He'll get other business opportunities. I'm sure his position within ESPN will begin to grow. He's well spoken. He articulates well. He thinks well. So he'll find himself rising in the executive spot. Andre Ward is that damn dude. So to go in the boxing ring, he'll be fooling himself. And as much as I like him, Canelo will beat him. But that's my thoughts on that.
Okay. Boxing and then Jason. Okay, we're going to go to JB.
Did you call me? Did you say Central?
We're going to go back to you after we go to JB.
Okay.
Hey, let me say something. I'm sorry. Let me say something real quick because I got to go. I think Andre Ward, bro, when he comes back, he's going to look real good, bro. I think Andre Ward, he's going to beat Canelo. I think Canelo is easy work for Andre Ward. Andre Ward, he still lives the life of a fighter. He doesn't smoke. He doesn't drink. Andre Ward is still in some very good shape. Andre Ward to beat Canelo, man. No tune-up fight. Go straight to it. Andre Ward would give Canelo a boxing lesson. He is the boogeyman that Triple G ducked, and he knocked out Kovalev. Andre Ward is a GOAT, one of the greatest fighters of all time. Andre Ward, legendary champion. Andre Ward will beat up Canelo. You know what I mean? Appreciate that. That's all I had to say. Peace out, bro. I'm gone. Peace to the panel.
Peace, H Money.
Brother Salute.
Peace, brother.
So JB, go ahead.
First, before I get into that, I want to salute you, Kyle, H Money, who just led the chat. Of course, Reggie Owens, Santos Boxing, Hustler Holmes, and who is that on the bottom left? I can't see their
Free Science Examiner.
Oh, that's Tank.
Yep.
All right, and Tank. But Andre Ward, he can't beat Canelo at this age. He's been out the ring since 2017. And if the fight would have happened when Andre Ward was in his prime, it's a whole different story. But he can't just all of a sudden 3 years in retirement just hop back in the ring all of a sudden and go at Canelo. Like Reggie was saying, he good at the commentary with ESPN. He need to stick to that. I'm saying I don't want to see him back in the ring, especially if he just going straight into a fight with Canelo. That's not a good idea for Andre Ward.
Okay, Santos Box, what you got on that?
Yeah, I my thing is when some of my favorite fighters have had a great career and they retire, if their finances are in order, mind, body, and health, and they're sound people, I vote for them to stay out of the ring, man, because a lot of times it don't end well when they come back. Now, as H Money said, I'm sure Ward has taken care of himself. I'm sure he trains occasionally. I'm sure he's not abusing his body. I'm sure he's healed up, as Tank was saying, over the years from the injuries that he incurred. But I just think at this time, just let it just stay put, because I mean, when I think about the matchup, yeah, when Andre was active, hands down, Canelo wouldn't have wanted that smoke, However, Canelo's very active right now, and I've never seen Canelo really hurt from a blow to the head, not seriously hurt in any way. And if Andre Ward can't take him out with body shots, I don't see him taking him out with head shots. And I don't think Andre Ward would outpoint Canelo at this point. Now, years ago, Andre Ward would figure a way out to beat you, and just like he did with Kovalev, But at the same time, I just think I vote for him to stay on the desk and analyze fights. At this point, I don't want to see him come back. But if he chooses to, you best believe I'm going to watch. I'm a junkie for boxing. Like I told you guys a few days ago, boxing's on. It's some good action going on, my wife got to wait for me to come to bed. I'm watching boxing first. That's how serious I am about it. So I think, I just wish these guys would just stay retired, honestly. And I mean, they get in because they get a little hunger for the fight. Now, if he was coming back and he was fighting a fighter of his era, and they were probably in the same, time frame of biologically and fight era and stuff like that. They both similarly had been retired. I'd be okay with that a little bit more. But going in and fighting some of these active fighters that have been around, I mean, it can go either way. I mean, he's still Andre Ward. He still has a shot to win that fight. But I just don't want to see him go in and just say, I don't feel like I used to feel, or something like that. But at the same time, I will watch it. I don't care who's fighting. I'm watching it. It's got to be a real pitiful, sorry fight for me to turn away from it. But if it's any little action, then I'm going to sit there and watch it till the end.
For sure.
And that's just my take on it.
Box fans, salute, big dog.
Hey, can I say something to what he just said real quick?
Huh?
Can I say something to what he just said real quick?
Yeah.
Bro, I thought I was the only one that suffered through bad fights. I will not turn, bro. I don't know why, but I will watch a bad fight, bro. I suffer through it, though. I thought I was the only one that did that. Shit, shout out to you.
For sure.
I feel you, bro.
But for me, I got Andre Ward, man. I don't bet against Andre Ward for nothing, bro. He also, like, the time he's been out, he also had time to study. He also can study the man's weak points. He knows the stuff that he likes to do. He's been studying like crazy since he's been off. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's gonna play a major part into him beating Canelo. Now it's gonna be a close fight. It's gonna be a rugged fight. But I just got Andre Ward, man, outsmarting him. I think Andre Ward is one of the best boxers to ever live, man. And I just think Andre Ward can get it done. Yeah, man, I just think Andre Ward is just too good, man. I'm gonna just be honest. He's top dog, man. And that'd be a fight that I would love to see. We're gonna go around the panel. Tell me if y'all would love to see that fight.
Hey, Cal. Let me say one thing before somebody else jump in. I'm not against Ward. I believe in his abilities, but I know he's a little older now and not as young as he was, and I don't think he's been away too long from the fight game to where he can't be competitive. But at the same time, I put it like this: them two fight. Ward won't win the first half of the fight. I don't think the first 4 or 5 rounds. I think he loses to Canelo. He'll have to take Canelo into the deeper waters. And I've seen Canelo tired a few times, and Ward, he doesn't strike me as, I don't remember him being the type of fighter that gets tired and he can come on in the second half with no problem. I give him I think that's the only way he wins a decision if he dominates the second half of the fight. But the first half, I think Canelo and he'll be much more competitive. But I think Canelo will probably edge the first 4 or 5 rounds of the fight because of activity. That's what I want to say about that.
Now, would you want to see that fight?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Man, my wife don't get any loving until the fight's over. I'm gonna watch fights. I told you guys that I'm a different type, man. I'm about that boxing, man.
For sure.
Hey, I'm the same way.
Hey, Reg. So, would you want to see that fight? Is that a fight that would be on your radar?
Canelo and Ward?
Yeah.
No, man, this is thing that I want to say when it talks about what being primed is, and that's when the mind and body are aligned with one another. Andre Ward, mind may be primed, but is his body still there? And I don't think the two are aligned anymore, and especially to compete with somebody like Canelo. Canelo's still young. Yeah, he has some miles on him, but he ain't to the point where he's at where I think Andre Ward would be at coming back into this fight. And Andre Ward is a dude who has suffered from injuries in the prime of his career. So I'll watch it if they made it happen, but I hope it don't. I don't want to see Andre Ward go in there and have to lose like that. He's an unblemished fighter. Leave it that way.
Okay. Tank, what you think?
Kyle, can you ask the question again, brother? I'm still
Yeah.
getting hit up.
Would you want to see that fight, the Andre Ward
All right, let
versus?
me ask you this. I'm going to ask you a question. I hate the fact that I'm about to be a hypocrite and answer the question with a question before I answer it, though.
Go ahead.
Did you want to see Hector Macho Camacho fight Sugar Ray Leonard?
I mean, I was a young man. Yeah, I was a
I'm
young.
talking about now. Now knowing what happened. Have you gone
Yeah.
back and watched that fight? Are you interested in watching that fight?
Nah, I still want to see it. I still want to see it.
You still okay? Okay, so that's my question to anybody in the chat, right? Is that same question. So Kyle is on record. He said he still would want to see it, even knowing what happened to Sugar Ray Leonard, which is the premise of the question, right?
I mean,
Knowing what happened to Sugar Ray Leonard and how he looked in that fight and how he lost that fight, do you want to see that? And for me, my answer is I'll watch it because I'm a boxing enthusiast, but I don't want to see Andre Ward come back if Andre Ward can't be Andre Ward. And because there's no guarantee that Andre Ward can be there's no guarantee that Andre Ward will be Andre Ward. I'd rather him stay where he's at, which is at the top of my personal favorite fighters list, and in my on my goats list. He's one of my goats. You know what I'm saying? And I'd rather see that than for him to get in the ring at age 37 after a 4-year layoff, get uh, uh, embarrassed by Saul Alvarez in a point of time where there are so many racial tensions between blacks and browns and Hispanic fighters and black fighters and this whole climate that we're in. If we were not in this climate, then I probably would have a different uh, take on it. You know what I mean? Maybe if it was, even 2 years ago or a year or so ago, I might have a different take on it because we've seen fighters come back well after their primes, after long layoffs. So that's not the issue. The issue is this climate. I don't want to see that. I don't want him to risk anything like that. I don't want to have to explain to people like, well, yeah, Andre Ward was old and he had 4 years off and he wasn't himself. I don't want to deal with all that. I'd rather remember Ward the way he is, appreciate him for his ability to articulate what it is that we're seeing during boxing bouts, which he does a great job of, whether you agree with him or not about particular takes on fighters. The fact of the matter is, he's a surgeon in the ring. He knows what he's seeing, and his opinion should carry weight. As far as him knowing Canelo Alvarez, I think he figured Canelo Alvarez out years ago. I believe that he studied Canelo Alvarez years ago. I believe that he, quote unquote, solved the Saul puzzle years ago. Because if you really look at it, Saul Alvarez doesn't fight much different than he did years ago. The only thing that he does now that he didn't do then was gas out in the middle rounds. Now he has learned how to pace his um, his output better than he did in the past. Um, can Andre Ward get in there, use his legs, uh, and make Alvarez work when Alvarez wants to take a break? Can he bait Alvarez into things that Alvarez doesn't want to do? I wouldn't doubt it because it's Andre Ward. Is Andre Ward the type of fighter that has the ability to come back and come back, not only come back, but to basically wash Canelo Alvarez? Um, Absolutely. The thing is, I wouldn't trade that possibility off for the possibility that he may get embarrassed in this climate. So that's my answer to that.
Okay, JB, what you got on that?
Yeah, nah, I wouldn't want to see that. Not now. Like 4 or 5 years ago, like 2016, 17, yeah. But now, nah, I wouldn't want to see that fight. I
Yeah.
don't think Canelo would have took the fight anyway if it was 4 or 5 years ago because he would have knew what would happen to him. But nah, I don't want to see that fight. Not now, at least.
Uh, well, I
Hey,
can tell you this much: Andre Ward, if he returns to boxing, Andre Ward will beat Canelo easily. He'll beat the fuck out of Canelo. Real talk, bro. Andre Ward, he can come back right now and beat Canelo ass. Straight up and down, bro. Andre Ward, one of the greatest fighters ever. Can't nobody fuck with him. And Tank, you made a couple great points, but you remember when Sugar Ray Leonard did come back, he did beat Marvin Hagler. He came back and beat Hagler, and then Sugar Ray Leonard, on top of that, he was a type of guy that didn't live the life of a true fighter, where Sugar Ray Leonard was using cocaine and different type of drugs. You know what I'm saying? He had his problems out the ring. So Andre Ward is somebody that's focused. He still trains. He's in tremendous shape. Andre Ward, he never smoked. He never did any type of drugs. A devoted Christian man, who's faithful to his family, a family man. If anybody can do it, it will be Andre Ward. And he will beat Canelo, bro. These guys been ducking Andre Ward. Triple G ducked him for years. Triple G ducked Andre Ward, and we all know that. He ran away. He ducked him, and now Canelo will duck him too. So Canelo's another fighter that's ducking Andre Ward, bro. So Canelo, he said he fights at 168. Andre Ward gonna be at 175. So Canelo, he ducked fighters in the past. He ducked Demetrius Andrade. And we all know Andre Ward is way better than Andrade, bro. So come on, man. Let's just be real. Can't nobody fuck with him. Andre Ward is a Mayweather type of fighter. He's a type of fighter like Mayweather, bro. He's like a Bernard Hopkins. You know what I mean? That's what type of fighter he is. Can't nobody fuck with him.
Yeah, I agree with you, H Money, but would you like him to just dive right in the Canelo fight, or would you want to see him
Yeah.
fight like a lesser fighter first?
Go straight for Canelo. That's the type of guy he is. He from Oakland. Andre Ward never ducked nobody. He chased down Kovalev. He knocked out Kovalev. The first man to do it. He the first man to beat Kovalev when he was the crusher. You know what I'm saying? When he was the crusher, bro. And Ward knocked him out.
Facts. He did beat the real Kovalev. But
yep.
Before I get off, man, I want to salute everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go back in here, and my break is over. I'm gonna still be listening to the chat, and to answer the question, you know what I mean. The short answer, man, I'm on the fence, but I'm kind of, as the boxing fan of me, I'm intrigued. You know what I'm saying? Because Andre Ward, when he left boxing, he was a supreme being when he left boxing. So how much would a 2-year layoff affect him? I don't know. 37. I'm 36, and I know I wake up with bumps and bruises and aches and pains, but I'm not a tip top high condition athlete either though. But yeah, man, if Andre Ward come back to boxing, look, I watched Ted Cheeseman versus Sam Eggington, so I'm willing to look at anybody fight if you can look at them two dudes fight. But shit, I'm out of here.
All right,
Happy birthday,
appreciate
Dog
you,
Tank.
Hey, before you go, tell everybody where to find you before you go.
Hey, follow me at Hustler's Home on YouTube. Follow me at HAD the Hustler on Instagram. I'm at Twitter. If you go follow me on YouTube, my last video has the link in the description to follow me on Twitter and enter the contest. The contest, at first I had the contest ending tomorrow because I started it last week. But since I'm just now getting on these platforms and putting it out there, I was just kind of depending on my subscribers. Only have 42 or some shit like that. But I was just depending on them. But hell, I'll extend it to Friday. And shout out to H Money because he's one of my #1 supporters. This dude he looks at my videos, he comments on my videos. Salute to him. And shit. Hey, I'm gonna put out videos every day this week just to remind everybody on how to get it done, how to get this pay-per-view. Because some of you guys are not paying for this pay-per-view, and it's kind of sad because we boxing fans, we got something invested that we can't get back, and that's time. We invest our lives to the sport, and some of you guys don't want to invest a couple dollars. So enter my sweepstakes, and you could possibly win. I don't have that many subscribers, so you have a better chance now than later. And I want to help you help support the sport of boxing. And I'm gonna fall back in the chat. Thank you.
Make sure y'all go
Salute to you,
subscribe.
Hustle Holmes.
Like boxing conversation with Reggie Owens. He said he got a rebuttal. So go ahead, Reg.
Yeah, I gotta respond, man, because I think with H Money's approach to the Ward things, you taking it as being with your favorite fighter, and Ward's damn near everybody's favorite fighter on here. But the reality is, it's not to look down or think that your favorite fighter is less of a fighter or less of a champ, being that to speak of the reality or the possibility that he may lose going into a fight against Canelo when in his prime. Canelo knows, most of us know that Andre Ward would have handled him easy. But as you sit away, you can't do that. We watch Michael Jordan being one of the greatest. He walks away from the sport during, not towards the prime of his life when he walked away after his father's death, but the tail end when he walked away, decides to come back. You're not the same person. In your mind, you may feel that. You tell your body to do certain things, it doesn't do it. We've seen the same thing with one of the greatest track and field athletes in Usain Bolt. Him saying the same thing. He tells his body to do something when he knew it was time to go. When he tells his body to do something, usually he'll hit this kick, and in his mind, he knows when to fire it off, and the body just will not respond to it. You hear from certain fighters, they feel they got the same movement, but get tapped with certain punches. The body reacts a certain way. Like, damn, I hit that point. It ain't too much you can take. And especially is during just the aging process. As a 20-year-old dude, you feel like you can run through a damn wall. You feel like you can lift a damn tank. You feel like you can swim the goddamn ocean. Nothing can stop you. But then when you hit them points in life, that age shit hits you and things change. Ward been sitting down too long. He can't do that. He in good shape. He'll whoop a regular civilian ass. He'll whoop probably the baddest civilian ass. But to go in here against dudes who are tip top where he was and continuing to do it, it wouldn't work out. It wouldn't work out for him just based on him being away from the sport. But with all things equal, yeah, he's the heir apparent to Canelo. He's above Canelo. So I mean, I wouldn't think down on it just to say that, he'll lose at this point to Canelo. That doesn't mean he's a less of a person, though.
For sure.
Well, I'm gonna say this. Andre Ward, can't nobody beat Andre Ward. Ain't no man on this planet that can beat Andre Ward. Point blank, period. 175 pounds to 168. He's the best fighter. Point blank, period. If he came back to boxing right now, he'll still be the best fighter in the world. This man is like the Kobe Bryant of boxing. He's only 37. So Floyd was beating up Canelo at 37, the same age. So Andre Ward, he ain't got no miles on his body. He never been knocked out. His body has healed. He's ready right now. He's that good where he will beat Canelo right now. That's how good he is, and he will fuck up Canelo. Not only beat him, he'll stop him. He'll make Canelo quit right now. Canelo been ducking Demetrius Andrade. Canelo don't want no smoke with Andre Ward, and he ready right now. And James Prince, you know what I'm saying? James Prince, we ready, man. You know what I'm saying? We ready all day, every day. Andre Ward, he the best fighter right now. He like Floyd, bro. Can't nobody fuck with him. He's the last Olympic gold medalist, man. Canelo is not as good as Andre Ward. He's not ready for that. He ain't ready for that type of dog. The dog in Andre Ward. The man wanted. He always trained. Can't nobody fuck with him. Canelo ain't on his level. And we all know Canelo been a cheater. He can't fuck with him. Even with the PEDs. Even with the bad meat. He can't fuck with Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Canelo can't fuck with him. That's what I'm trying to say. Whatever Canelo take, any type of drug, bro, it ain't gonna help him. That's what I'm gonna say.
So
he can't fuck with him.
I know you support him, H Money, but your Kobe Bryant example was a great one. Kobe hit a certain point in his career where shit started breaking. That's just the process of aging.
But Kobe had an injury. Kobe had an Achilles. Andre Ward is good. His body has healed. That's why he retired. You know what I'm saying? Now he's back. I mean, whenever he comes back, I hope he comes back. That'd be the best thing for boxing. You get a true champion like Andre Ward, bro. The last Olympic gold medalist. He the real dude, bro. I mean, Terrence Crawford is good. Terrence Crawford is good. You got Devin Haney. You got Earl Spence. But we all know Andre Ward is the best. We all know that.
So I got a question, H Money. How long was Floyd Mayweather out before he came back to fight Canelo?
I don't know. He wasn't retired. He just fought against I think what's his name, Robert Guerrero, and then he fought Canelo right after that. He came out of jail though, but
Yeah.
Floyd retired before he came back. But that's what I'm saying. Andre Ward, he's a type of fighter like a Floyd, where that's the type of fighter he is. He's just that great. You know, Canelo is not on that level. He can't fuck with him. Andre Ward will beat his ass, bro. And that's easy work. He'll beat the shit out of him, bro. He'll beat the shit out of Canelo for real.
Okay. So we can all agree, pound for pound, Andre Ward beats Canelo easy.
What'd you say?
I said we can all agree, prime for prime, Andre Ward beats him easy.
Prime for
I
prime.
mean, he'll beat him right now too. Even out his prime, he'll beat him. He beat him right now. He's still in his prime, bro. Andre Ward's still that nigga. Beat his ass right now. I like Canelo too. Canelo nice, but he just ain't fucking with Andre Ward. He ain't nobody on that level. Canelo is a good fighter, but he can't fuck with Andre Ward, bro. Can't fuck with him.
For sure. All right.
No, I agree. I mean, it is comical. It is. I mean, when we think about it, and I just made the comment. If you put my comment, okay, you just put it up. But about Kobe Bryant blowing his Achilles out, shoulder out, knee out in consecutive seasons as he started to age. But even with that, I got no doubt that Andre Ward can dominate Saul Alvarez right now. I'm just saying that there's no guarantee because of the unknown with the age. There's no guarantee that he's going to be able to do that coming off of a long layoff combined with that old age. Yes, Mayweather took Alvarez to school, but at that time, Mayweather was an active fighter. He probably was more active than he had ever been in his career post Oscar De La Hoya. Because remember, there was a period of time where he was taking a year off, 2 years off, and then coming back and fighting these guys like Mosley, Marquez, etc. Right? But by the time he fought Saul Alvarez, Mayweather was fighting more frequently, and everything was still pretty sharp. And all I'm saying is that I don't want to trade off Andre Ward's greatness. I don't need to see him dominate Saul Alvarez in 2021 or 2022 to validate what I already know Andre Ward to be, which is one of the greatest boxers that I've ever seen. And I watch old boxers. I watch the old dudes, 1920s and 1940s. Andre Ward is in that same class, and he's cut from that same cloth because he's a throwback fighter who got dog in him, got skills, and has discipline, which is what H Money is bringing out. Those are very valid points. The not drinking, the not partying, the dedication, the constant training, the cerebral aspect, the fact that he's a family man and not a party animal. These things are all fair and valid points to H Money's case. I just don't know that's going to happen, and I'd rather not find out and risk any kind of hiccup that would embarrass him. I got no doubt that he can do it. I just don't know that he will, and that's why I'll take a hard pass. And I'd rather see Saul Alvarez fight these guys that you've been avoiding now because you're good enough to beat the guys. That's why I want to see you fight the guys.
For sure. Now this question right here. This is aimed straight for my dog Reggie Owens. Mir, Town Biz, home team. Salute to you. This was a great question. He said, statement. Foreman was gone for 10 years and came back and won a title. What you got to say about that, Reg?
And Foreman was still getting his ass beat up. All it was, Foreman went in one fight, landed one good punch. That's my point.
Come on, man. These are heavyweights. And Foreman was one of the hardest hitting heavyweights in the history of boxing. It's like comparing apples to cantaloupes, not even apples to oranges.
So listen. So you thought Mikey Moore was gonna win?
He was winning the fight. Beat him Foreman ass up.
After that fight, he was never the same.
Hey, Kyle, tell LT to stop saying that dumb shit.
What is that?
He said, Ward ain't hungry. Canelo will put him out.
First, come on, man. Hey, listen. All right, never mind. I gotta live like Reg. I gotta live like.
Nah, he cool. Let him say what he want to say. He cool. Hey, but look, he know Andre Ward could beat him. You know what I mean? Canelo's a great fighter, but Andre Ward is better.
Listen, man. What we not going. This is what we're not going to do, though. See, certain things. I've been trying not to have like a lot of rules. I've been trying to live life like Reggie Owens and let people just say whatever they want. But God damn it, we're not gonna put Adrian Bronner in the same breath, same thought, same blink of an eye. I mean, same anything with Andre Ward, bro. Let's not do that. All right, let's not do that. Please don't do that.
And I fuck
That's
with Adrian Broner, and I second that, Kyle.
the rules. Just take your shoes off before you put your feet on the rug. That's all I ask. You know what I'm saying? But let's not put Adrian Bronner in the same. Just please don't. It's nothing else to even talk about. No, we just not gonna do that. All right. Now that that's out the way, LT, salute for you coming though. We appreciate you coming through, but that was some bullshit. I'm gonna say that real quick. That was some bullshit. So right now, in this landscape of boxing, do you think we need a savior as far as Andre Ward to come back to save boxing on a grand scale, or is boxing in a good place? And if COVID goes away, boxing gets back to where we kind of want it to be. We'll start with H Money. We'll go with JB. Then we'll go with Centos, Reg, and then we'll go to Tank.
Man, I actually think boxing is in a great place right now. When you think about the great fighters that we got, like Terrence Crawford, Devin Haney, you got Canelo Alvarez. He just fought, and now we got hopefully, unification fights, in the future with Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez. I think that's a great fight for boxing, and Deontay Wilder, he can come back. And Earl Spence, he's a very good fighter. So I think boxing is in great hands. But we just need the big fights, the fights that we talk about. We want to see it, So that's what it's all about, And a lot of great fighters out here. You got to respect everybody that comes to the sport. You got to respect fighters like Teofimo Lopez for beating Lomachenko. You know what I mean? Devin Haney, he wants to fight Lomachenko right now, so we can make it happen. No more talking from Lomachenko. Stop ducking Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia, he's out here ducking. So hopefully Ryan Garcia, hopefully he can step up to the plate and fight Devin Haney. That's what I want to see, because he's the mandatory to fight Devin Haney. So he needs to step up and fight Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia. You know what I mean? So that's what it's all about. I got a young fighter by the name of Lolo Harris, 17-year-old boxing phenom. He is the next Terrence Crawford. So people better watch out for Lolo. He's only 17. He got 4 wins and 3 knockouts. He's the best prospect in boxing. So we coming for that smoke. You dig?
For sure, JB.
I think boxing in a great place. We got an excellent crop of young fighters like Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez, Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis. We got we got a good crop of fighters across many divisions in the sport. We got some good fighters at 168. Caleb Plant, Andrade, Canelo, Billy Joe Sanders. We got great fighters at heavyweight. We got up and coming fighters at heavyweight like Jared Anderson. Boxing in a good place. Like H said, that just the big fights need to be made. Get the fans what they want to see. That's all that need to happen.
For sure. Centos.
Yeah, boxing is definitely in a great place. I mean, the talent pool of fighters is overwhelming. You look in any direction, there's great talent. Boxing's going to be around after we're all left this place of earth, and we don't have a problem with the talent. It's there. guys like ourselves that come to podcast after podcast after podcast and other areas of boxing info to collect some info about boxing, a little news, a little gossip, or just to blow off a little steam. We're living proof that boxing is in a great place. Would we like to see it cleaned up in the promotional areas of boxing? Yes, we would. We would like to see it cleaned up in the sanctioning bodies areas. Yes, we would. However, and we also want to see these fighters, get back to what they used to be, and that's fighters. As they were younger amateurs and they became young prospects, we just want to see something like that. But other than that, boxing's in a great space, man. I mean,
Hey,
I don't know of a person on this panel.
real quick, Santos, hold on, my bad for cutting you off. Rap Star Boxing Lodge, salute to you, my brother from the UK, man. Thank you for coming through, man, showing love. You can finish your statement, my bad.
Yeah, I was just going to say, as you guys see, each and every last one of us have different personalities, and we all have a different level of enthusiasm about the sport, but we all have a great love for the sport. So we're living proof of how much love is out there for the sport of boxing and how alive it is today. Or we wouldn't be here taking our time of doing this. No matter how much we like one another, we'd be like, oh man, they ain't doing nothing boxing. We'll forget all about that. But that's not the case. It's a very hot bed right now, and that's why we're clamoring for these fights. We want to see these fights because we know there's a lot of talent out there and there's a lot of life in boxing. All right.
Reg.
No, I think boxing is in a real good spot. It's just right there, one step from them crossing that border. We got the fighters. We got good fighters out here. All we're looking for is for them to meet up, and I think they're right there on the brink. And I think it just takes pressure from fans. Fans cannot accept bull crap. Force fighters to take fights. All it takes is for fans to start putting pressure. Stop this resume talking crap. Talk about your fighter going in here fighting who you know is a top level fighter. It ain't about no you need to go fight this guy and prove yourself. Ain't none of that. We know what is what. We know how to scout talent. We know what boxing needs. Boxing is right here. There's a lot of good talent. The problem is they're not fighting. Everybody's afraid they'll take a loss. Take a loss. Continue on. Even in these fights, fight your damn heart out. To where even if you have to suffer a loss, what's wrong with rematches? What's wrong with trilogies? What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with it. But these fighters act afraid of it. Just fight, and we're right there. That's my thoughts on it.
For sure. We got Cletus in the building. What's happening, big dog? How you feel?
Shit, I'm good, man. What's good with everybody on the panel, man?
Yo, what up, Cletus? What's good?
Cletus Smith in the building. What it do?
What do you say about the place that boxing is in now? Do you think it's in a great place, or do you think we need somebody like Andre Ward to kind of propel the sport?
Man, with all this ducking going on, man, I don't know what to say about the sport of boxing, man. The sport of boxing, the politics is just cruel right now, man. But I think shit, if Andre Ward come back, he jumping out that 168 division, man, it'll definitely make shit interesting. I think he can come right off the bench and beat Canelo. What you think about that?
Yeah, I agree with Cletus. Cletus speaking the truth. Hey, Cletus, tell him why, man. Break it down for me.
Nah, listen.
Break it down, Cletus, speaking the truth, bro. Cletus got that. Man, he got that smoke. Cletus, man, you cooking tonight. Let me hear that. Man, cook for me, bro.
Yeah,
Cletus, you the third person that came on the panel and said that tonight.
Hey, listen.
I mean, you just look at you look at Andre Ward's style, bro. I mean, shit, Andre Ward got a good style for Canelo, bro. And we already know that he battle tested, bro. He's one of those guys. He done been in the big fight, and I think he ain't gonna fight on his back foot. He gonna bring it to Canelo on it. I don't think nobody in the 168 division is fucking with Ward if he come back. None of them guys there.
Oh God, Cletus, man, Cletus cooking, bro. Hey, Cletus, you speak the truth, bro. You know your shit, man. You cooking like a motherfucker, bro.
Oh shit.
Or
All right.
175.
All right. So now I gotta this is a question for the panel. If Canelo Alvarez, instead of fighting Caleb Plant, he fights another mandatory, do we have a problem with that, H Money, or do you give him the same credit, or are you like sick of?
Man, I like Caleb Plant, to be honest with you, man. I think he really
If
boxed.
don't
I
fight him,
mean, he's a hell of a fighter. He's a hell of a motherfucking fighter. What'd you say though?
now I'm saying if Canelo,
What'd you say?
huh? So if
No,
Canelo
go
has,
ahead. What'd you say?
yeah. So if Canelo, matter of fact, I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna change the question up a little bit. All right. So if Canelo, after he fights this clown, after he fights this clown and beats him, right? If he goes straight to
Really?
175 and not fight Caleb Plant, what is your position on that? I want to get everybody's thoughts on that. We can start with
No,
you,
I
H.
think they should fight. Yeah, they should fight. You know what I'm saying? I think Caleb Plant, he's ready. I think Al Heyman, he ready to make that fight. It's gonna be for a lot of money. Caleb Plant right now, he's a star in the sport of boxing. You can't deny it. You don't have that many champions from America. I mean, white champions like that. So he's a rare commodity in the sport of boxing. So now Al Heyman is invested in Caleb Plant. He put him on Fox. His last fight was on Fox. He did, I think, over 2 million views on there. So Caleb Plant, he's getting ready for the super fight. That's what Al Heyman is doing. He's building up Caleb Plant for that pay-per-view fight with Canelo Alvarez. You know, so I think Caleb Plant is a hell of a fighter. I think he can give Canelo Alvarez his toughest fight at 168 pounds, bro. Caleb Plant is better than Billy Joe Saunders. Caleb Plant is a better fighter than Billy Joe Saunders, man. That's what I can tell you. And Caleb Plant, he can outbox Canelo. But I got Canelo winning that fight. Canelo's gonna win, but Caleb Plant is gonna give Canelo a tough fight. He's gonna win a couple of rounds in there. It's gonna look good, bro.
So, but if Canelo says I'm not going to fight Caleb Plant because he's boring and he goes to 175, what's your position on that?
Nah, he ain't gonna. They gonna fight, bro. I want to see him fight. That's gonna be for undisputed. That fight is mandatory. So Caleb Plant, he got to make that fight happen. I heard Caleb Plant, he turned down two fights with Canelo. He turned down the fight 2 times. So you know what I mean? Caleb Plant got to take the fight. If not, he's ducking.
No, but this is what I'm saying. If Canelo Alvarez says the same thing he said about Andre about Caleb Plant, and then he just moves to 175, what is our position on Canelo Alvarez?
You know, you got to call him out for that. But the thing is this, he ain't gonna duck him, bro. Canelo sent Caleb Plant 2 offers, bro. So the pressure should be on Caleb Plant. You should be putting the pressure on Caleb Plant to take that fight with Canelo. If Caleb Plant don't take the fight, he's ducking, bro, because Canelo sent them offers.
Hey,
So
H. Let me holler at H. H Money. That ain't totally correct, my man. Caleb Plant took that soft mandatory just recently. He got all his mandatories out of the way so he can have a big fight with Canelo. That's exactly what he did. He told all that on national television. Now that's his dream fight. He don't want to fight Benavidez right now because he wants Canelo first. And I think he feels that Canelo. I think he feels that Canelo will be an easier fight than Benavidez. That's what I believe. But I know that's the game plan is no Benavidez or anyone else until after he fights Canelo. That's his plan.
So you think Caleb Plant gonna beat Canelo?
I didn't say that. I want him to. That's my homeboy. I want him to beat Canelo, but I'm not gonna say. But I think he can if he can touch Canelo and keep him at bay. I think he can beat him. But at the same time, Canelo's pretty slick now. You know, he's standing in front of you, make you miss him. But I think Caleb may be slick enough to figure that style of boxing out. However, I feel he's the naturally bigger of the two, but that doesn't make a difference as we know in boxing. But I think he has a great chance. But my thing is, I want him to get his opportunity, and then win, lose, or draw, he still makes good money. You know what I'm saying? And he still can stay around and fight some of these other big fights after that. You know, so I still want to see him and Benavidez win, lose, or draw, get it together, because I think that everybody wants to see that fight still. But,
Yeah, that's good though. So
he's not ducking Canelo at all, brother. That's what he's been talking about. It's been 2 fights he's been wanting for a long time. That's Benavidez and Canelo. He's been wanting to fight Benavidez for past 4 years.
okay, we just making sure because we heard he got 2 offers to fight Canelo and he turned it down. And somebody was on my show the other day.
You talking about last year? Well, see, last year after he fought here in Nashville, Canelo wanted to offer him a fight then, but he wanted to take it on short notice. That's why he turned that one down at that time. Because see, Canelo, he's got a slick way of getting these fighters to say yes to a fight at a time and they schedule that's not good for them, or he wants them to take catch weights and all that kind of stuff. Canelo's very strategic on how he get these guys to fight him, man. And that's what happened with him last year. Now he wanted to fight, but he didn't want it under those circumstances.
Well, I'm not saying he's ducking, but all I'm saying is that I had somebody on my channel and they were saying if Caleb Plant don't take that fight next, they said now he's ducking. That's what they saying. So I didn't say that was somebody else told me. They said if Caleb Plant don't take that fight next after the Billy Joe Saunders fight, they saying he's ducking Canelo. So that's what some people are saying.
No, they've been in talks for a while. He's been in line, him and Billy Joe, to be the next or the second next opponent to Canelo. That's the word. We know how Canelo rolled, though. He might change his mind. So just have to see how it work out. But no, he wants that for sure. I don't think he not want that. I think he definitely wants that. He spoke it, and I believe that's what he wants. And the reason he's not talking about Benavidez right now because Benavidez don't have a belt right now. Plus, it's more money with Canelo. Win, lose, or draw.
Yeah. So the thing is this. I think Caleb Plant, he can give Canelo a tough fight. I think Caleb Plant, he can probably beat Canelo, man. He got the skills to do it. So we got to wait and see. I picked Canelo, but I wouldn't be surprised if Caleb Plant is able to outbox him. What about you, Reggie Owens?
I think Canelo got to stop pulling the most slick tactics of giving people short notices to fight him. Give people the full opportunity to go through a full camp the same way that he's going through a full camp, so that way he gets the best of the person he's facing. That just shows the calculated styles of Canelo, is that he'll pull stuff like this. And this is the thing that makes it, like when I did a live earlier of speaking about it's his legacy too, being that you put all these clauses on people going into fights. They can't game this kind of way. They can't do this and that. Picking people at short notices, looking through the landscape, picking the easiest route to a easy champion to try to look good. Give people the full 8-week minimum for a training camp and give the fans the best of what they want to see. You can't go in here doing this whole shortcutting stuff by trying to figure that these people need money. This is the way you're going to con them. You're going to treat them like crackheads. Take this money or else the opportunity is gone. And that's what Canelo's trying to work the game like. No, get in there, give these damn fans the best of the opponents that you're going in here with. Put the challenges up, and that's my thoughts on it. But I think Canelo's whack for doing these short type offers to people. I'll turn them down too if I would, like Caleb Plant did.
All right, my dog DB is in the chat in the panel. Give us your thoughts about the situation. He doesn't fight Caleb.
What up? Hold on. I need to stop. Yo, right? Somebody moving?
Hey, Santos, you gotta mute your mic.
Yeah, my bad, man. I got
you. Yo, what up, DB? What's up with it, Aki?
What's up, Look, hey, check this out. What up, fellas? Look, check this out. So the first thing is, You talked about the state of boxing. The CA boy, what up with you, fam bam? Look, you talked about the state of boxing. And I think everybody, because of the love affair that we have with boxing, people are kind of letting it slide. You know, you heard me use this analogy before. The pretty chick that we allow to cheat on us and we just say it's all right because she got a pretty face and a big booty. Fuck that. Well, boxing right now, boxing has talent. There's plenty of talent to make things happen. But some fighters are overpaid and inactive because they make enough money to chill out. Other boxers are underpaid. And then other boxers are scary as hell and don't want to get in the ring. These outrageous pay-per-views, like the one that you guys or all of us are pretty much complaining about right now. We have the so-called pound-for-pound best 2 fighters in the world. Supposedly, these guys don't want to get in the ring with anybody. It's promoters, networks, management. Guys are missing weight. There's too many catch weights. Fans are defending bullshit like PEDs, mediocre competition, and too much resume talk. Who has he fought and what has this person done? I don't want to hear about A-side, B-side shit, and I don't want to hear about fight purses. Make the fights. There's plenty of talent there. Make the fights. So it's a lot of shit that's wrong with the sport. And if we just pretend like, put a Band-Aid on top of a bullet wound, the shit is going to keep on bleeding. We cannot do that. So let me get to this let me get to this Canelo Alvarez thing real quick. Canelo Alvarez is a solid fighter. I don't know how good he is. All I can say is that he's a solid fighter. He's got skills, However, he's not fighting anybody. He's not fighting the best competition out there. Yeah, he's moving up in weight and he's fighting dudes, but he's not. He go to 175. If that's your division, then get up there and then fight Better BF. Get up there and fight Dimitri Bivol. If that's your weight class. If that's not your weight class, then you go to 68 and you fight the monsters there. A fight that I wanted to see him fight several years ago, Gilberto Ramirez and shit. Gilberto done got grown and got his grown man weight on now, and that fight will never happen. And in terms of him and Andre Ward, man, listen, Andre Ward is one of the GOATs. He let Andre Ward rest, let him relax. He finna be a Hall of Famer real soon. It seems that he lives a modest lifestyle, that he's financially conservative. You don't see him, with Bugattis and all kind of crazy shit. Man, let this dude rest and let us keep him in our memory as a GOAT, as a guy with the unblemished record. This guy been fighting since he was 12 years old, or haven't lost a fight since he was 12 years old. And now this dude finna be pushing 40 pretty soon. Man, let us relish in his victories too and enjoy that. And let's stop pushing this dude to come back. He's doing a good job with his commentating. He's taking care of his family. Let the dude rest. If he comes back, the inactivity may play a part. The ring rust may play a part. We don't know, but guess what? I don't want to see it. I saw that Hector Macho Camacho fight against Sugar Ray Leonard. It was not a sight to behold. You know what I mean? It was crazy. Sugar Ray got beat up in 4 or 5 rounds. It wasn't good. He wasn't the person who he was supposed to be. So Canelo Alvarez needs to focus on the people that's in front of him. I know a lot of us and a lot of y'all want to see him get in the ring with Jamal Charlo. Fuck that. I want to see him fight against the dude who got the best boxing skills at that weight class. I want to see him get in the ring with Demetrius Andrade. He may not knock him out, but he'll take Canelo Alvarez to school and he'll outbox his ass. Or if not, if you don't want to do it that way, then you go up to 168 and you fight against David Benavidez. That's it. But it's a lot of shit that's wrong. We need to keep, protesting however we do it, whether it's not paying for pay-per-views or if it's, verbal complaints or whatever it is. But man, we need to fix a lot of this shit and make this beautiful, sweet science that we love come back to the essence of being, something that we can always look at and talk about and have fun with the conversations. These conversations now are just circular conversations. This shit ain't never gonna come to an end. So we need something that's got something definite, that's got a finish line. We can look at everything and say we know who the best dude in every single division is without competition. So anyway, that's my piece.
Yeah, let me jump in.
DB.
I'm behind on 2 questions. I think I got unintentionally blocked. I mean, not blocked, but I didn't get a chance to elaborate when Cletus came in, and then when DB came in right now on Kyle's question about does Andre Ward need to come back to save boxing, or are we good with what we got? So for the people on the replay, I do have an opinion on that, and my opinion is no. I'm gonna get the short of it because I want to catch up. So no, Andre, the boxing does not need Andre Ward, just like boxing don't need Floyd Mayweather to come back. There's enough talent in the talent pool, a lot of great fighters now, and a lot of great fighters from the eye test coming up that got the potentials to make some of the best fights in boxing. So that's the short of that. As far as whether Alvarez, I forgot the last segment, but in this segment is what will people say if Alvarez, instead of fighting Caleb Plant after he fights Silly Billy, and he fights a mandatory or something like that. My thing is this: I hear what DB's saying, and I agree with what DB's saying, because the premise what DB's saying is 1,000% correct. If anybody can hold these guys accountable in the sport of boxing, it is the fan base, because we are the consumers. Just like with anything else, the consumers drive the ship. With that being said, I personally, just me, I don't follow Canelo around like a puppy dog like these other fighters seem to do. Canelo's doing what Canelo does, and that's the way Saul's moving. For me, I wouldn't change my perspective on what Saul's doing, because I have, since he was in the 154-pound division, have had the same or similar stance on the way he moves in terms of moving around certain competition. So that wouldn't change, and it hasn't changed at all. I don't see it changing if he does that, because it would be par for the course, as they say. For me, like DB said, when you look at the skill set of Saul Alvarez, he has the skills. Our eyes know boxing, and we see the skills there. And for me personally, I have Saul Alvarez from 160 to 175. He has the second best boxing skills, in my opinion, in the sport of boxing, from 160 to 175, only behind Demetrius Andrade. And that is the fight that I have always wanted to see since 154. So, yeah, him moving around to make a fight that he wants to make instead of fighting certain competition, that's nothing new. I wouldn't have a difference of an opinion, because I don't have any stake in what he's doing. I'm more concerned with the fighters around him moving the way they need to move, and in that division and in other divisions, where you got guys like a Teofimo Lopez, or maybe say more accurately like a Ryan Garcia, who is, I'm going to fight for a title eliminator, become the mandatory to fight Devin Haney. Oh, never mind. I want to fight Gervonta Davis. Oh, never mind. I want to fight Pacquiao. That kind of stuff. Guys, move around these guys. Don't chase them around like little puppy dogs. I'm not about to waste my energy and time and breath on talking about, oh, they doing this and these punk moves and all this kind of stuff. You know what? You guys fight each other. You guys make history. You guys carve out your own line, your own lane, and start showing these guys that they're not as big as they say or think that they are. You know what I mean? If Charlo versus Andre start putting on fights and have a good trilogy, and some of these other guys start moving around each other and moving around these guys, it won't take long for everybody to see that, hey, well, how come they leaving out Canelo? Well, Canelo left them out. How come they're not letting King Ryan go? King Ryan left them out. How come Teofimo Lopez wanted to do something else? So go let those guys do something else. That's my take on that.
For sure. Who didn't get to go about the state of boxing?
Well, I wanted to say something to DB real quick. DB, man, who you think wins right now if Andre Ward comes out of retirement? Canelo or Andre Ward? I got Andre Ward. What about you?
I think that Andre Ward is an all-around better fighter. I think his resume is better. I think he's got more dog in him. I think he's got more heart. And I believe that when athletes are away, especially combat athletes, are away for a certain period of time, they get a chance to let injuries heal. Because when you fight, I mean, for anybody that know, if you fight, man, you never 100%. You know, you may get to 90% at best, but there's always something that's tweaked or aching, sprained, strained, or whatever, broken. So I believe, sorry about that, I'm over here, I'm working out right now, but I believe that he's probably got a chance for his body to heal, and he's feeling good. In terms of the ring rust, though, I'm not 100% sure, but Andre Ward is calculated inside and outside of the ring. So if Andre Ward decided that he wanted to take a fight with Canelo Alvarez because he's so calculated, I wouldn't bet against Andre Ward. Matter of fact, I don't think I've ever bet against Andre Ward. So I would still take Dre today.
For sure. Yeah, man. Right now, I think boxing is in an okay place. I say that to say because COVID has kind of threw a wrench in our plans. You know what I'm saying? Because we were about to get some big fights, man, and then COVID hit and kind of just made everything kind of stagnant. But I mean, right now, if we could just get one huge fight with a huge card, I think that can hold us over for the year. You know what I'm saying? I think we just need that one card that'll hold us over for the year. Hey Reg, tell me what you got on that.
Hey, give me the part to that question again.
So, would you be content with one big fight this year with a great undercard, or would you, or do you need to see multiple fights to be satisfied?
With me, I'm not one of these dudes that knock the undercards, man, and I want to see, I want undercards to be pretty good, especially you look for the co-main event. With undercards, I look for more of the up and coming people to get the opportunity of fighting on undercards. That's what I look for on the undercard. The co-main event should be somebody either fighting for a championship as well, probably a person with less star power within the game, two other lower tier champions fighting against each other. But the undercard should be for the guys trying to work them ways up. And that's the reason why you don't see too many big names on undercards. I know we're talking about too many Latino fighters. Well, a lot of promotions ain't going to spend money on undercards because when you look at it, the viewership numbers aren't there. So it shows them with the numbers that why would you spend most of the money on paying people of a higher demand on purses to fill those spots when fans are really at the home sitting in front of the tables keying into that. And as well, when you look at stadiums, a lot of stadiums are empty before you go into, they'll walk in when the co-main event is started or probably in the middle of that fight. A lot of people tune in when those main events are coming. So, but when I look at main cards, because I got to look at it different. I'm a goddamn dope fiend for fucking boxing. So I'm gonna watch it all, but I don't complain too much about undercards at all. I look forward to the main event fighters being able to carry the whole event. So if you got the undercard guys giving off a hell of a scrap, the main fighters need to be thugging it out when they go into a fight together. But that's my thoughts. The undercards, I haven't complained too much about it because I look forward to the main event people. That's almost like going to a concert. You got opening acts out doing the main person on the goddamn marquee. So that's my thoughts on that.
Okay, JB, what you got on that?
Well, as far as the card, like the fight cards.
So would you be satisfied with one big fight this year with a great undercard, or would you need multiple big fights to be satisfied?
Multiple big fights. I mean, this year so far haven't been bad. We started the year off with Ryan Garcia versus Luke Campbell. That was a decent fight. These last couple of weeks, we done had a couple good fights. We done had I'm trying to think who fought the past couple of weeks. We done had Canelo fought this past week. The week before that, we got Burchett and Valdez. So far it's been some good fights this year. Obviously we ain't get the big fights that we want. You know what I'm saying? Because of the COVID situation that had happened within the last year. But nah, I'll be satisfied with a couple big fights, not just one fight. Just not just one fight, big fight with a decent undercard. We need multiple fights. It's more than just one. It's just more than one name in the sport. We got a lot of names in the sport. You know what I'm saying? You're not just looking for one name, so we definitely need multiple big fights.
For sure, for sure. Of course, H Money, what you got on that?
Man, hey, I want to say, man, boxing is definitely in some great hands right now. When you got the zone, they got plenty of money. They got a lot of money. They spent it on a lot of fighters like Devin Haney, bro. And then you got Triller. Triller, they came to the game. You already got PBC. You got ESPN in top rank. So, man, it's plenty of money for the sport of boxing. So all they got to do is fight each other, man. And as far as what's the question again? My bad. What was the question?
So the question is, would you want one huge card, or would you need many big fights to be satisfied with boxing this year?
Now you got to do it like they did it in the '90s, man, in the 2000s, bro. Back in the day, give you a nice card, man. Give you a very good main event. The co-main event, you got a very good fight. You know, a couple of champions on the same card, but you ain't got to stack it and try to do it like that. Nah, that's garbage, man. You got to do it like Don King and them. Don King, bro, was a legend. Now Don King, he's one of the greatest promoters of all time. He was a genius. You got great black promoters, man, like Bill Haney. You know, you got James Prince. James Prince, but the best manager in the game. And Butch Lewis back in the day before he passed away, he was a great promoter. So, you know, man, boxing, you got some great promoters, man. You got to make it happen. Eddie Hearn, he doing a great job. Al Heyman, Bob Arum, everybody doing their part, man. Now it's up to the fighters to step up and make it happen. But you got to get some good cards, though, bro. You got to get the fans a very good co-main event. The co-main event, you got to step it up. You got to get some better undercards, man.
For sure. DB, what you got on that?
So imagine if your girl told you that you could only get some on your anniversary. Exactly.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel good, right? That waiting around, waiting. Yeah, the anticipation builds up and you want it that day, but it ain't enough. I need it on my birthday. I need it twice on Sunday. I need it on Halloween. I need it on Thanksgiving. I gotta have it. You know, so one event ain't gonna do it for me. That's like just the anniversary. I need it all the time. I need not one big card and then mediocre cards. I need a whole lot of good cards. Like I said, we got the talent and everything is there. And I believe this stuff should be set up tournament style. I believe that a whole bunch of welterweights need to be on one card. I think a whole bunch of middleweights need to be on one card. So, like for example, I think Virgil Ortiz getting ready to get out with Mo Hooker. Man, either, and I know these are different, not sanctioned bodies, different networks, but you know, Jamal James versus Butev. You know, you need to have Rashidi Ellis versus Keith Thurman, and Ugas versus EJ, and Danny versus Mikey, and Kale versus Amir Khan. They need to have all of these dudes fighting on the same night, because we're always waiting for something to happen, because there's so much staggering going on. Eddie, Al, Bob, Oscar, they all need to have fights set up on the same day or on the same week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or just all in the same month. But we need it like tournament style so we know what to expect. So we can actually start playing matchmaker in our head. Because at the end of the day, 50% of matches that are made because of what the fans are requesting. You know what I mean? So anyway, yeah, one ain't good enough. I need a whole bunch of them.
All right, see what you got on that.
Is that me?
My bad. My mic.
Who you asked for?
No, Santos, you after Cletus.
Okay, that's good.
Oh no, man, we definitely ain't good with just one fight a year, man. I pretty much feel the same way DB just said, man. We need a lot, man. You know, I need a good fight every month or every week or so, as many as I can get.
I feel it. I feel it. Santos, it's on you.
Yeah, I want to reiterate what DB said, and I look at myself as a junkie. You know, junkies they can't deal with just one hit, man. You know, that one hit just holding for the moment. You got to keep coming back and keep coming back and keep coming back. That's the way I am about boxing, man. Shoot, when the weekend goes by and there's no fights on, I'm not in a good mood. So I got to find something or some reruns or replays or whatever, YouTube it or something, man. I mean, if you when you're addicted, you're addicted, and this is a good addiction for me, and so I got to have plenty of it and a lot of it and some more of it, and then after that, give me a little bit more.
For sure, for sure. Big Tank.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I need consistency. There's too many fighters out there. I'm a nerd when it comes to this boxing and this combat sport thing. So, I can't wait to see Jalen Walker get in the ring again. Raymond Ford, Charles Lorenzo Harris. Um, you know, I think that so far in 2021, it's been spread out pretty good. Excuse me. We've gotten some pretty good fights. Excuse me. Some fight cards better than others, but I need it to be consistent. There's enough fighters, there's enough networks, there's enough platforms for it to be consistent. They just need to make the fights, continue to get out here and make the fights. I don't want to hear about, oh, we tried to do this and we tried to send this person off or we tried to send this team that. We kind of tired with that kind of talk. Make it happen. There's obstacles in the way. Move the obstacles out of the way and make the fights happen. From the guys who have less than 10 fights and less than 10 wins to the guys who got 30 and 40 wins. Put them in there, pair them up, and let's knock these fights out in 2021. Like DB was bringing out. You know what I mean? Get creative with it. Do tournament styles sometimes. I'm looking forward to who's going to be in the World Boxing Super Series. Which division is going to be in there? If y'all remember, that's where we got fights like Josh Taylor versus Regis Prograde. So you put a good crew together for some of these official tournaments, not none of these behind the door, back door. Well, the WBC pick you top 4 fighters and y'all go have a tournament. No, that's not really a tournament to me. I know it's considered a tournament, but a tournament is you get this group over there, you get this group out of there. May the best man win, and that's what I'm looking forward to seeing on a consistent basis in 2021. But like I said, I'm a nerd. I like watching guys develop. I actually, my whole thing is really amateur fighting. And I watch these guys come up and these young ladies come up from the amateurs. And then I like watching their journey throughout the pros. So, some of the quote unquote boring undercard fights, those are fights that I'm watching because I know, some of these fighters. I'm the guy that watches 3-2-1 boxing on Thompson Boxing when it comes on YouTube and their Facebook, and we'll watch all the up and coming guys who people could care less about. So, I'm just kind of like that when it comes to boxing. Just give me consistency, put the guys out there, give them a platform, and let them put on the show and let us watch the journey. No one fight card is going to make boxing satisfying because last time I checked, it's 12 months in a year, and it's damn near 3 weeks in every month, and it's really damn near a fight every damn weekend. So there's too much out there for these guys not to put on good shows.
For sure, for sure. Hey, Reg, I think I'm gonna try to do a Reggie Owens live stream today. I think I'm gonna try to stay on for. No, I'm not. Hey y'all, we're gonna do the final words. We're gonna start off with Reg, and then we're gonna go from Reg to JB to H Money, to DB to Cletus to Cinto, and then we go to Tank. So that's what we'll do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, another good show, man. Enjoy this topic, man. It was a good conversation, man. Good roll around. Dang, great answers from everybody, man. It was a very good show. But damn, well, how many? Oh, it's already over. God damn. But yeah, man, good one. Good show, bro.
Oh, hold on. Somebody trying to come. Hold on. Somebody trying to come in. So hold on. Let me see. Oh, what the hell?
My bad, Kyle.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Go ahead, Reg.
Oh no, that was my final words, man. I was saying a good show. I was tripping that 2 hours went by that damn fast.
Yeah.
But another good show. Another good show, bro.
For sure. JB.
Man, salute, Kyle. Good show. Even took Reggie's spot as the early morning king. But good show. Salute H Money, Tank, Centos Boxing. Salute everybody, you know.
We got Hustle Home gonna give us his final words too. Okay, so then we're gonna go to H Money.
Yeah, man. Hey, thanks for having me once again on the boxing section. You know how we do things right here, man. You know what it is, man. Team Haney all day. Shout out to my guy Lolo, the coldest. You feel me? And you know what it is, man. Andre Ward, man, legendary fighter, all time great, one of the greatest fighters of all time, the last Olympic gold medalist. You know what it is, man. Straight out of Oakland, man, Cali, man. You know what it is, man. Andre Ward, the legend. Andre Ward, the dog. Andre Ward, the animal, bruh, who knocked out Kovalev. Let's get it, man. Carl Froch whooped his ass too. Alan Green beat his ass. Super middleweight tournament, Super Six, Andre Ward. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody fuck with him. Remember that, nigga. To the grave, nigga. Andre Ward, my nigga.
For sure. Big Tank.
Yes, sir. Salute to the panel once again. Salute to my brother Kyle, the boxing section. It's starting the morning off right in place of the Reggie Owens boxing conversations with Reggie Owens, who gladly moved aside to do his stuff earlier. And Kyle is over here knocking it out the park on some Barry Bonds type shit. So salute to you, King. Salute to you. Thousandfold. Salute to H Money on his rebranding. Great content, dope ass intro video, dope ass track on it. Man, I'm just real pleased to see, you know what I'm saying, your growth, H Money, and how you moving, brother. Of course, salute to my brother, Boxing Conversations with Reggie Owens, who I already brought up. You know what I'm saying? Always doing this thing, great platform, always got insight. Jason Brown, JB, my bro, I'm over here been enjoying ever since you've been getting on these panels and cooking. Same thing with you, Cletus Smith. Hustler Holmes, you already know how you do. And my brother DB, when he jump on, bro. The casual MMA fan. You know, salute to all y'all kings, man. There's nothing like being involved with so you know with other black brothers who on talking some positive shit, kicking it. You know, we ain't out here talking about, hey man, let's put together something to go rob some niggas and go fuck some shit up. You know what I mean? We just talking boxing. We just talking combat sports. You know what I'm saying? We shoot the shit, but for the most part, we on some positive shit, and you know that's to be commended. It's a brotherhood, it's a network, it's a family, and I really do enjoy stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? And you know, shout out to my brother Centos Boxing over there. Please be safe on the road as you're moving around and traveling. And I'm sorry, and last but not least, Salute to the chat that's been hanging with us all night long. Peace, blessings, and respect to everybody, man. Everybody be safe, and I appreciate all of the love, acknowledgement that y'all showed tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really a person who, you know what I mean, worried about birthdays. I'm not jaded in that way or anything like that, but with me, every breath is a blessing. Every year is a culmination of many blessings. So I don't really trip out all that crazy about once a year when birthdays come around. I think that's it's cool to have people tell you how you impacted them in their lives and show their appreciation to me. But I'm not the type of person that's going out and seeking attention or anything like that. Y'all probably wouldn't even known if Reggie had said what he said said in the barbershop, but you know, because I'm just kind of low key. I just kick it and do my thing. You know what I mean? And you know, I just really appreciate the love and support that y'all have for my channels. And y'all can follow me by Googling the Sweet Science Examiner, whatever platform you have that's linked to that. Follow me on there, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or whatever you got. Once again, Google the Sweet Science Examiner. Show your boy some love. Go to my pages, go to my posts, like what I'm doing, and show me support as I'm trying to grow and build my own brand one brick at a time. Peace and love to everybody.
For sure. Now
For
we're gonna
sure,
have
for sure, brother. Kyle, I forgot to say this though, man. Andre Ward, he knocked out Chad Dawson too. Chad Dawson, who was a pound for pound champion. Chad Dawson, who was the champion at 168 pounds, and Chad Dawson beat Antonio Tarver and became a light heavyweight champion. And Andre Ward knocked him out too. Facts though.
for sure. Centos, give us them last words.
All right, I had to get my mic. Yeah, I want to thank all you brothers for always inviting me in, man, and let me put a little bit of nibble into the conversations that we have, and it's very healthy for me because for years I heard someone, I forget which one of the brothers said that, you know, they're boxing nerds. I've always been a boxing nerd, and I'm proud of it, and it's a joy to run into, you know, a few hundred other folks around the nation, around the world that enjoys boxing same as I do. So I really appreciate it. I want to appreciate you, Cal, for hosting. I want to thank Reggie. I want to thank H Money. I want to thank JB. I want to thank Tank, DB, Cletus, H Holmes. I forget the last person came in, but if I missed you, charge to my game and not my heart. I mean, not my game, but my head, not my heart. It's a big joy for me, man. I look forward to this, and just like that question you asked about if we're content with one big fight or do we want more, I feel the same way about fights when we don't get them as I'm feeling about this show about the end. I want more of it. You know what I'm saying? But I know you guys got to get some rest, and I got to find me another party. But anyway, hey, H Money, I missed your show earlier, man. I was asleep. I think I'm gonna go. Is that show still up?
Yeah, it's still up right now. Make sure you go come check it out, bro. It was some good shit right
Yeah, I
there.
got
Bill
you.
Haney was on there. I got brothers from different communities. We got man Latinos with blacks together talking about boxing, and that's what it's all about, man. Reaching everybody. You feel me?
Put that in
Yeah,
the
soon
buddy.
as
Put
this.
it in the chat real quick.
No, he sent me a link earlier when I was asleep. I'm gonna use that link and go over there and check it out. And well, you can still put it in the chat just in case. But yeah, man, I appreciate it, man. I'm not leaving till the last person's gone, and then I'll go to the next party.
For sure.
Y'all brothers, take care, man.
For sure. Cletus. See you with us, Cletus?
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I just want to say salute to you, TV, man. Salute to the whole panel, man. This was a great show, man. Fire, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Keep it up, TV, man.
Appreciate it. Hustler home.
Yeah, man. I wanted to come on real quick at the end just so I can give you your flowers, big dog, man. This show is a diamond in the rough. How many weeks? This show has a short lifespan. How long you been doing this? Like live consistently?
Shit, Reg, what was it like 2 weeks ago?
I think
Yeah.
about 2 weeks. Yeah.
Oh, so I've been on I've been on since the first show. That's dope. That's even more dope. That I found a group of men that talk boxing. Because where I'm at, I'm the only motherfucker to really know shit about boxing around here. You know what I'm saying? As far as like everybody else in the NFL and all that. But hell, ever since I moved to America, I always fucked with boxing. You know what I'm saying? Because I grew up like when I was in Connecticut, there was a bunch of gyms in Jersey and shit. My cousin used to take me, so that's how I gained the knowledge of boxing and stuff like that. So I like to hear other people talk, have good conversation. It ain't like we up here arguing. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? Ain't everybody got a difference of opinion. Everybody grown enough to sit here and share their opinion and not feel jaded because it's just conversation. But yeah, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Hustlers Home. Follow me on Twitter, HAD the Hustler. And don't forget to at me quote season, and you'll be entered into a contest on Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern time, and I will announce the winner on a video. It's going to be 2 winners of this pay-per-view. Every pay-per-view weekend, I'm going to put these videos out. I'm going to do it every week of pay-per-view so I can build my channel up. So I want to salute everybody on the panel. Reggie Owens. H1, I got one question for you. What time do your lives be coming on, my dude? Because I think I'll be sleeping.
Look, you never know when it might pop off, man. You know what I'm saying? The shit dumping. You feel me? Man, it's free smoke. Free smoke. That's all I can say. You know, make sure you come through with the pressure. Make sure you come on your A game. Somebody gonna try to cook you. So make sure you know what you're talking about when you step into the building, man. Because you know I might cook you, and I'm playing. I'm just joking, bro.
No, man, you be cooking. Hey, I'm gonna tell you what. One thing about I ain't gonna say a relationship because in reality I don't really know you, but me and you, our transactions between each other has usually been a slight little cooking between one another. So I appreciate your opinion. I appreciate all y'all opinion, bro. Like y'all motherfuckers, you just don't y'all don't understand like what y'all do for me as far as like help me bleed my boxing sanity because I'm talking to a bunch of guys in here that don't even know who Ryan Garcia is. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I was like, wow, this nigga.
Look, I'm here to give you that real shit. That's all I can say. I'm here to give you that real shit, my brother. Ain't nothing watered down about it. You know, I know you might go to other channels and they might be giving you some bullshit. But me, I'm gonna keep it funky. We gonna talk about Terrence Crawford. We definitely gonna talk about Demetrius Andrade. You feel me? That's what we gonna do.
But yeah, y'all salute. Don't forget to follow. Don't forget to support the quote, B. Support the quote. Y'all be careful out there driving. Y'all kiss y'all kids in the morning. Kiss y'all kids before y'all go leave the house. Don't let the last thing you share with your wife an argument. If you're arguing with your lady and you leave the house, tell her you love you first because you don't know if you're gonna make it back home. You love her first because you don't know when you're gonna make it back home. That's everybody. I love y'all like y'all my real brothers, even though I ain't never met y'all. I'll be at the next LDBC event. I'll be at every LDBC events from here on out. So I'm out. I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and go to bed because I'm at work, so I still got another hour 45 in me. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna hop on the next show too. Whoever got the next show popping. So peace out.
I think Reg might stay up, man. You know, Reg's a vampire.
Hell no. I'm cool when we go live, so that way I can do my shit in the background, so that way I ain't got to set up for a show. But hell no, I ain't going live.
Facts. Well, I'm gonna be waiting on your live here in 10 minutes. So I'm calling y'all. I know I was fucking with you. All right, B. Y'all be careful.
Peace. Thanks to everybody, man. I appreciate the platform and the opportunity to let a young wild dude like me ramble on about combat sports for a while. Happy G-Day to my brother Tank. Smash the like button and y'all can catch me on Barbershop Conversations. Appreciate you.
For sure, man. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for standing up with us, man. We had 20 people in here most of the night. I know it's hella late, man. I appreciate y'all standing up with me. Reg, man, I really appreciate you, man. Allowing me to get this time spot. Man, I really appreciate it, man. I know I used to always ask him, "Was you going live? Were you going live?" And he was like, "Man," it was a couple of days. He was like, "Man, you should just go live." So, man, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate
Yes, sir.
the DB, Tank, H Money, JB, Hustler Home, Cletus, Cinto, man. I really appreciate y'all, man, coming through and showing love, man. The show's gonna keep getting better, man. We're gonna keep doing what we gotta do. We're gonna keep our foot on their neck. And of course, man, another one like the other one, same soup, reheated, man. Sucker ducking and dollar tucking is what we do in the boxing section. So we're gonna see y'all tomorrow night with another topic. Keep the chats alive, man. Keep doing what y'all doing, man. I love y'all, man. Appreciate all the love y'all showing me. I see y'all tomorrow. Oh, and hold on, before we go though, man, JB, we putting that video out of Barikin. We gotta do it.
Nah, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Viral moment.
Hey, that's probably that's the funniest moment in the boxing section history as it stands right now. So we're gonna put that up, man, and everybody share it, and we're gonna go from there, man. I'll holler at y'all tomorrow, though, man. Peace.
Yes, sir.
Peace.